cloud. Thank you, mechanical voice. All right. Interesting. So I'm hoping my drawing is not going so well. So I'm hoping when I get to this point, I'm like, well, maybe the shading will save me, or maybe doing the other parts will save me. So the parts that I forgot to do are the legs. So maybe I'll add some legs. I'll put a leg over here, and then there's a leg on the right, a leg on the left, a leg on the right, a leg on the left. Maybe they have little feet tips. It's getting better. It's getting better. It's not perfect yet. Maybe I do need some red. I have red over here. Even a red pen. Oh. I'll hold off on the red for right now. All right, so I'm gonna start shading. We've got his little, he's got a dark shell on the black shell on the face, black antenna. And then his back, the middle section is a black shell with white spots.
You forgot to put the dots on it.
It's true, I did. I will do that right now. Totally. Now, I wonder what this is. Do you think I think there's a spot in the middle. So I'm gonna go symmetrical. So I'm gonna do half a spot in the left, half a spot on the right. Do one spot in the middle, one spot in the middle on the left and right. And then, wow, I didn't even see that before, but it looks like now when I'm looking at the spots, it looks like the bug is tilted a little bit. So you can see the spots on the left, but you can't see the spots on the right so much. But I didn't draw it like that. I drew the shell in the middle. So I'm still gonna put the spots on the right. Front and back.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the length of the legs.
Stacy, you made it. I'm so happy. I was telling him,
so happy.
I was telling him how much you like to draw ladybugs.
I do indeed. Hello to all.
We've drawn a lot of scarabs and ladybugs over the years. Well, the easy answer with these spots is that you can just fill those in because they're black spots on a red shell. And if you don't have red, what are you going to do? Just are there? Should I shade it in a little bit?
Little bit.
Shade it lightly. I could blend it. I blend it. I don't want to blend it too much, but it does soften it. Thanks. So Stacy,
Yes.
I had to give out. One of my really talented students suggested that I record. It might have been Toby, and so I gave Toby a lollipop.
Mr. Trevor,
But it was yeah.
this is Ellie, and look, I made a keystone.
Did you base it off of the Mona Lisa, or did you base it off your own keystone?
Oh, you made a keystone.
It's part of an apple slice.
No way. That's amazing.
Well, thank you. Is it Toby? Thank you for reminding Mr. Twist to record. I was just not on the job. Thank you.
Actually, Eddie reminded me, so I reminded you.
Everyone gets a lollipop.
What are you doing, Doc? Go.
All right, so this is definitely a warm up, but maybe just for practice, keep your paper oriented the same way. So my ladybug looks like he's walking this direction. I'm gonna do another one that looks like one that makes it look like he's walking sideways. I might draw this one. just for practice. So sometimes if you draw it the first time, it's like, you know, you don't really know what's going on. And it might not look very good. So I'm gonna draw it again. Maybe I'll kind of do the same thing, but different. So I'm gonna make the head a little bit smaller. And then I can make the shoulders more like an, I don't know why I did it like that, but it almost looks like a seashell shape. Did 2 white spots. And then yeah, I'm gonna do the shoulders of the shell. I never thought of the shell as like shoulders, but if you kind of think about it, the shoulders would make sense because it's got like the way you lift your arms up, like you lift your arms up like this, your shoulder muscles do that. And then the shell opens up that way too to let the wings
It's
out.
like a mushroom.
Yes, it does.
Or like a candy jar.
I know where your head's at. I like that. I see it as a cookie jar.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, you will
well,
always talk about food. Always.
It's like I haven't had lunch yet, and it's like 12:45. So really quickly, I drew the line of the shell right in the middle. I drew it straight the first time. This time, I think I'm going to draw like a little bit of an arc to it, so it begins to suggest the that the shell is curved, and then I'll attach the left side here, and then I'll attach the right side there.
It looks like a candy jar.
There's this little bit of a triangle back here. So, I mean, you guys could draw, if you're, I'm drawing too slow, you know, draw like lots. Like you could draw lots of these things. We draw them small. I drew mine bigger, so it takes a little bit longer. I mean, if I drew a small one, 1, 2, 3, it's got 3 legs, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's got black spots. I mean, they could be drawn very quickly. There's like a miniature one that looks like a tick or something. Got some antenna. Got this little head that I might make a little bit larger. Got the white spots. And the way to make the spots look white is that you've got to shade the area around them.
White.
That's kind of interesting. So in order to get white spots, you have to do the shell black. In order to make the shell look lighter, you have to do the black spots. That's interesting. So now that I made that one shell smaller, I can fit the extra spots there. Yes, Stacy, it was a really good point when you came in. You really can see the difference in the length of the feet. I do little spots for the feet too, like little dots, so that like thick to thin. Hook these little toes over here. All right, I'm gonna get red.
Mr. Trevor, I just got on. I was a little late. But what should I be doing right now? Should I be drawing a ladybug?
Yeah, we're just drawing ladybugs. This is just a warm up. Just to give you a recap of what we were doing. It looks like the head is small, and then he's got this little like this middle section that's black with white spots, and then he's got the shell, which is like kind of an oval. You know, people have been seeing it as like different ways, but there's 3 parts. There's the head, there's the thorax, and then the abdomen. And the abdomen is the kind of the characteristic red with black spots where everybody knows it's a ladybug. But the middle part is black with white spots, and that was also, you know, very characteristic of the ladybug. So we're going to be drawing a woodpecker next, which should be kind of fun. It's got full color. I don't know if we're going to do full color. I just thought the ladybug was fun. And when I started this, I thought we were going to draw like a bunch of different ladybugs. But if you can tell that in Photoshop, they just took a picture of one ladybug and they arranged it in a bunch of different positions. So it's like, you've done one, you've done all of them. That's why it's like a little bit disappointing because I was like, yes, all these ladybugs. And I was like, no, it's only one ladybug. So when you draw when you draw the like a single object from different angles, or you draw like different, say you draw one bird from different positions, you really get to learn that object, that subject. Whereas it's just the same thing repeated. You have a question? You can speak up.
How many ladybugs are we supposed to draw?
I mean, I drew 2. You could draw 1. You could draw 50. I'm just kidding. I don't think there's time to draw 50.
Are you a fast lady? Are you a fast ladybug drawer?
No.
Yeah, just
I'm
take it
kind
down.
of a fast one. I do 4. I do like 3.5 so far.
Wow. Well, guess what? I am on my first.
Really? Oh yeah, you
And
can't.
Trevor just covered my ladybug.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there it is.
The back.
Okay. I'll be quick.
I found some red paint.
I'm liking that red paint.
Nice. This is acrylic paint, and I got it at Michael's. It's inexpensive. And sometimes the less expensive the paint is, the thinner it is. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes the conditions, you have to anticipate, being able to see through it. And that's what I kind of was liking about this paint for this one. So I put the spots in, and I was like, okay, well, maybe if I put the paint on top of it, I'll still be able to see where the spots are, which I don't know if you can tell, but it does. The spots are showing through.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Some of the ladybugs in the picture, aren't there spots a little different? There's like one that looks like half of it doesn't have spots on it.
Yes. So that's what we were saying before. It's like it's from an angle. So if you look at the big side here, you see 3 spots, but on this side you see 1. This one you see 3 spots, and then you see 1. This one 3 spots. So it really is the same picture. It's just it's not directly from the middle. It's more from the side.
I drew 4.
Cool. Let's see what you got. I think let's see. I'm gonna stop the share for a second. Stacy, hope you don't panic. I'll come back, but I do want to see everybody's.
Oh my goodness. I started to panic.
Don't panic. All right. How about Zoe with an IE? Let's look at yours first.
Hold on, Robin and Karen. Rowan, we're gonna get back to you. Rowan, excuse me.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold
the
that
one in the
nice
corner is
picture.
real sweet. It looks like the ratio.
Great. Thank you. And someone has their hand up.
Toby or Lillian, let's see yours.
No, they don't.
Hold on. Lillian, you want to show your ladybug?
Sure. It was just why my hand was up was because it was accidentally left up from the ladybug question.
Oh, that's okay.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
See how I mean, it's so fun. When drawing it a second time makes all the difference in the world. You'll be able to draw a ladybug for the rest of your life. You'll be able to draw an accurate one. Okay, Toby, you're next. Nice colors. Yeah.
oh, Toby.
It looks like they're at a tea party.
Yes, it does.
Everyone's looking at each other, having good conversation. All right, boys. Rohan, Kieran, let's see it. Place pan. Can we see it?
Can we
Go
do
last.
someone else? Because I'm still working on it.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
Eden, let's see yours. You're up. Yeah,
Eden, you
you're up.
want to show?
I'm not Eden.
Oh,
This is just my
No, you're-
sister's.
It's
and her
Eden's
name's Eden.
computer, right?
you gotta change
Just
it.
rename yourself.
gotta change your screen name.
Boy.
I didn't realize it was, I
Done.
didn't realize it was the same space.
And yeah, I'm pretty much done.
What's it?
I'm still drawing the part I drew mine on a leaf.
Mm,
I'm about to draw the tree.
yes.
Then I do a small one.
Spectacular. Mina, let's see yours.
Can you bring that back up even though you're not Eden? Please. Thank you very much. And who was next, Trevor?
Angeli, that's right.
Ah,
Yeah, my mom's name was on there for a
Yeah.
second.
hold on.
You're not Sebastian's sister, are you?
Oh,
What? I didn't know that, but that's awesome.
oh, that's very
That's
sweet.
spectacular.
Sebastian's my brother.
Nice. You got a cool brother.
You'll
William, let's see it. How'd your ladybugs go, William?
Hi,
Oh yeah,
Tom.
dude.
Hold
I'm telling
on.
you, that's fantastic.
Oh, keep that up there. Thank you.
Did you start with markers?
Go. Go.
What order? Which order? Which one came first?
Boy. Go on. Top, top. Where's your? Oh,
You're muted.
Oh yeah, William, you're muted. Sorry, bud.
That one, that one, that one, that one. And I do these trees. And I do that one, and then do a tree. And I do
The tree's great. We should definitely do some trees in this class. We might even do some trees today. In fact, I think we will.
How about we do a woodpecker on a tree?
I think that sounds like a good
Okay.
idea. I think I can arrange that. Do you mind if it's a little bit more cartoonish of a woodpecker than a realistic one? Liam,
We
you're
could
up.
try
buddy.
to do a realistic one.
I didn't have very much time, so I drew this.
Oh yeah, but still, that's great.
it's great.
I like the bigger the shell, I think I like them more. I mean, obviously there's a balance, but that big shell looked really nice. Okay, rock and roll. We're looking good. Stacy, did you get to draw this one? Oh no.
I
Let's see. Before you show it, let's see the guys. You're pinned, Kieran.
I'm
Yeah.
oh, are the guys up? Where are you guys? Oh, hold on, you guys. Oh,
You got-
oh my
you got-
gosh, it's Ladybug Festival.
It's a ladybug infesting festival.
Yeah.
The
that-
Ladybug Infest. All right, how was your brother? Those look great. Thanks for the pick. Nice range. I like the size difference. That's a nice
These are-
page. That's a nice page. Yeah.
So much fun.
You took advantage of your time. Oh my gosh, I just spilled red paint all over the ground.
Oh no.
All right. There's worse things. Oh, and there's a napkin on the ground. That's good.
There's a napkin right at your feet.
Yeah, believe it or not. Now I have no place to put it. Put it in the empty tissue box. Screen share, screen share. All right.
Trevor, may I see yours again?
Yeah, I need to get black paint. Hopefully this paint doesn't spill all over the place.
It's showing a whole bunch of pictures of kids in soccer outfits.
It's lacrosse. It was from a commission piece. Hold on. Let me stop the share, screen share. iPad. Hopefully this works.
I draw a tree before.
You have drawn a tree?
Love it.
I've drawn a few trees. Okay, give me 1 minute. I just want to add some dots to this while I still have. Whoa. Whoa, these are big spots.
Can ladybugs be black with red spots?
I was thinking that, but I don't, not this one. I mean, I guess it depends on how you think of it.
Yeah. I guess you could make Ladybug any color you care to.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, that was fun. I will let this dry.
It was a lot of fun.
Make this one a little bigger. Oh, that might be too bad. Okay. I'm gonna lay this aside. We can look at it at the end. It's probably not gonna be dry even then. Okay, let's see. What do you think about this? Let's try this. Hopefully it fits on the screen. Lift this up. Badoosh.
Eden has a question.
Oh, what's up? Hopefully I can answer it.
Did you ever think of drawing a golden ladybug? Like they're like the yellow ladybugs.
Have I ever? Yeah, I mean, I've seen them. I don't think I've actually drawn them. Do you want me to look one up? Let me write that down. Stacey, will you write down golden ladybugs?
Sure.
That would have been a better thing. Yeah, Toby.
My hair wasn't raised up.
I thought you were just playing with your pencil. Okay, so yeah, like when I came up with the idea for the ladybugs, at first I thought there were lots of different kinds, and then I was like, oh no, they're not. And then instead of like actually Googling and finding more types of ladybugs, which I probably should have done, I didn't. So, but next week we'll probably warm up with like a different type of ladybug, and then we'll get the variation that we're looking for. All right, let's do this. Let's do this thing. My goodness gracious. All right, so I am in a wild. Does anybody have any ideas about where to start on this one?
The woodpecker.
Yes, we're definitely going to start with the woodpecker, but what part of the woodpecker?
Should we start with the little one that's poking out of the hole?
Yeah.
You want to start with this little guy?
Mhm.
I was thinking of the big guy, and we start
Oh.
from his beak. We start from his beak out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking that mainly because this triangle of the beak is like defines the woodpecker so much that I don't know. I think that might be a good way to go. Well, and if we do the smaller one here, it's almost like it's his, like, you know, maybe it could be like a baby woodpecker. Ooh, that might be, because like look how much smaller that beak is. So this could be like the nest, you know, where the babies are nested. And then this is either the mama or the daddy woodpecker. I'm going to take the second suggestion because this can vary in size, but the woodpecker, I don't know if it can actually vary that much in size. Okay, I just have an idea too, because I was looking at the beak and I can definitely see that the beak is a triangle. And I'm like, how can we make the triangle part of the head? And then I just realized that if you can draw a kite shape, that might give us, you know how like, so let me just sketch this down here. A kite shape has a large triangle, and then it has a there's like a small triangle at the top, and then
Rowan
a
and
large
Kieran
triangle at
had
the
a
bottom.
question.
Yes, you have a
what's the question?
question?
Rohan and Karen had a question.
Yeah, go for it, boys.
Are we gonna draw like all the stuff on this page?
I think we'll have time. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, anyway, so this is the kite shape that I'm talking about. And this would be like, I can add those the bows. Sorry, I get carried away because I think it's like things are really fun. Anyway, I will turn this sideways for the time being. And what we're gonna be left with is the top of the woodpecker's head, the back of the head, and I think the eyes are like in here somewhere. So I just drew like the craziest looking woodpecker ever. Hopefully our woodpecker doesn't come out looking this crazy, but you can see though how I drew the kite shape, and you get the beak and the head at the same time, and I see that the neck is going to come out of the shape as well. Okay, so this is a little bit scary. The first mark is you just got to get this thing started. All right, so let's try this thing. So I'm going to start with the beak, okay? And I'm going to estimate this triangle. I'm praying, I use that word casually, but I do kind of mean it seriously too. Like whenever I don't know if I'm out of control and I need help, I do ask God for help. So it seems like I'm saying pray like in a casual way, but I'm really meaning like I need help drawing this rectangle or this triangle, and I hope it goes well. And doing things in prayer and in love tend to increase your chances of success as a rule. Okay, so I'm going to look through the eye here, just like use a little bit of X-ray vision. See the top of the beak comes up. I'm going to get the back of I'm going to get the small triangle of the kite. So I'm going to come down and go like this. So I've got this kite shape. Doesn't look like much of a bird right now, but I think it will pretty soon. So at the top corner of the kite, you can see that there's this big eye. And if we don't want the kite to like mess up the eye, we're gonna have to erase what's inside the eye.
You see, I'm still now wondering why you're making me think of food with the egg.
It does. It looks like it's an egg on top of I don't know what it looks like it's on top of. All right. So one of the things when we draw animals, I like to find the shape of the head, and then I'll do eyes, nose, mouth, and ears, like almost immediately. Even if they're not totally finished, I like to try to place them. So this is an oval for the eye. Strangely, the artist has expressed the lower eyelid. So we'll put the lower eyelid in there, and then we can put the eyeball, like basically the pupil. It's a glorified pupil, and there's a highlight. We'll do the eye.
On the ground?
So the eyeball is this, the initial egg, and then the pupil and the iris is this smaller egg that's in the bottom corner. And then he looks so much like that. I mean, I'm like so thankful for this smile, because the smile, it's just like as easy as it's like the easiest shape. I mean, if anybody knows how to draw a smile, that's how you draw a smile. Like you just do a curve into the corner of the mouth. There's a little dot for the nostrils. That basically functions like the nose. So we got eyes, nose, mouth, and unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, they have ear canals and eardrums, and like obviously birds can hear because they tweet at each other all the time. But they don't have external ear lobes. Like they don't have what we have as we know ears. They have ear canals and they can hear, but they don't have ears. In fact, as a joke, my students and I drew a bird that had like ears, and it was like the strangest looking thing you could ever imagine. So you kind of leave the ears out, but we can add in an eyebrow, and then let's add this like hairstyle. It's kind of like a mohawk. It's got like bangs that are going back. It's kind of like a Woody Woodpecker thing. So this is the feathers on a what kind of woodpecker is
Kind
this?
of like how yours is, the lines are darker than his.
Whoops.
What?
The hair thing.
Just erase it.
I can't tell if you guys are asking me a question or not, but that's going to be the red. And if we look through the pattern, oh man, there's this fruit fly.
I must say that I really like the floating eyebrow.
It's cool.
It really is.
That's the thing. That's the thing about illustration. You can get away with a lot. And like usually eyebrows have to be attached to something. This eyebrow does not. And the eyes are like outside. The eyes are outside of the head. And we just accept it. Okay, so the next part is actually the fun part. We're gonna get the angle. So the top of the kite was the eyeball. The bottom of the kite is the neck. So we'll draw the neck coming out at this angle. And then you can kind of like imagine the anatomy a little bit. So the neck, the back of the neck comes down, and it makes like a little bit of an L shape, goes down the back, and then it kicks out into a little tail. So I'm not saying he's a penguin, but he's got a little bit of a penguin, tuxedo jacket on. So if you look at the part where there's the black part and then the white part, the beak is gold, the hair is red. So I'm thinking there's two ways to go. I'm kind of thinking we should do the belly first and then put the jacket on. Let's do it that way. Okay, so sorry. We did the back of the head, which is the kite. Then we did the neck, the back of the neck, and then we follow the spine down into the tail. That's like the back of our woodpecker. The front of the woodpecker, we go from the beak into the neck, and then the neck goes down the front of the breast into the belly, and then we get the legs. And the legs are these two teardrops. From the legs, we go into the rear end, which connects into the tail. So when you're drawing, even though you guys are talented and you can just copy the lines as you see them, it's a really good habit as you're drawing the lines to say what they are. So this is a line for the neck. This is a line for the back. This is a curving line for the tail. This is a line for the front of the neck. This is a line for the chest into the belly. And these are birds. So they have, they've got wings, and so they're flying. We're about to put the wings on there, but we have to see the chest into the belly, and then we see these little teardrop legs.
Mine kind of looks awful.
What was that, Liam?
He says his looks
Kind of looks
awesome.
awful.
It does.
So
Look at mine.
there's a point in everybody's drawing, and this is, and I'm included in this. Where
I don't think I'm supposed to draw that toe.
you want
Is that Rowan and Kieran?
what I was going to say is that there's a point in every drawing where you think this might be the worst thing I've ever done ever.
Oh,
Not even-
Rowan.
It might be the worst thing in the world. But you have to just keep going. It's good, dude.
The toe
let's
looks,
just
the,
keep
toe, the
going.
feet look good.
The more information that we add, the easier it will do. So
Very nice.
let's do what else do we do? Do we do the wings? We'll do the wings where we get the separation between the black part and the white part. That starts up with the back of the head, down the middle of the neck, and then we're going to get the wings. And the wings curve down. Now, the other thing is that we haven't started shading anything. So once you start shading things, it gets a lot easier too. The tail, we can use tail feathers. Just going to use 2 more triangles. And that's going to look really good once it's shaded in. And we can finish the legs. So if you look at the legs, the woodpecker has got like the leg that leads into the foot. And in the foot, he's got a talon that goes in the back, and he's got 2 talons in the front. When I say talons, I really mean toes. The toes have stripes. The whole skin of the foot of birds is very strange, if you ask me. If you actually see them up close, they look, it's almost like snake skin. They're like plates. They're like thick, like plates that are very protective. It feels almost like a dinosaur, actually. And you know, in cartoons, it's very innocent. But if you ever see like an owl's talons or a raptor's talons, or even like a chicken's feet, they're very, very interesting, like fascinating. And a material that like is you've never really, you know, it's rare to see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so those are the parts. Am I missing anything? Let's add the tree. So he's holding on to the side of the tree. So you can either come up from the side of the feet, or we'll just draw it coming down. And this is where, yeah.
Is there like teardrop thing on his tail?
Yeah, what is that? It looks a little bit like bird poop, if you ask me. Oh, maybe it's just a little feather. Maybe it's just a little white feather. Ooh, I forgot the other foot. So I did these 2 teardrops for the thighs, and then I did the 1 foot, but there's another foot back there. Oh, that's awesome. It's brownish, so you can't really see it, but it's definitely there. And luckily, I actually have yellow. I didn't have red, but I got yellow.
I have a lot of colors because I have double-sided color pencils.
So people, I think we're in a position where we can start coloring. And if you are using a regular pencil, let's start shading with a regular pencil. The bird has, you know, he's got like the back of his head is dark. So we can start coloring that in. As you color things in, if it's not like the right shape, you can always like adjust it. Look at this little highlight. It's got this little highlight on his feather. See, I didn't even notice that highlight on his wing because I hadn't started shading. I was like, okay, I'll just shade his whole wing dark. And I was like, wait, his whole wing isn't dark. Coloring, there's so many different styles to coloring. You can lay the pigment down in straight lines. It's kind of did what I did for the neck. You can then, you know, lay your coloring into like little circular marks. You know, if it's a tight area, I think circles are really helpful. If you guys have a blend, Toby, yeah, you have a question? You can even blend. If it's graphite, you can blend it. Color pencils don't blend very well, but they also, you know, color really nicely. You don't have to blend.
Are we going to draw that yellow star thingy?
Yeah, I think we should. Let me just finish coloring really quickly, and then I will, we can talk about the star after. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so I have a little bit more room.
Oh, good boy. Good boy. That's it. Oh, ouch.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Toby? Is it a, I haven't really talked about the tree at all. It looks like there's like some bark on the tree, some like ridges, some bark ridges, but the, like, it's like the hole is already there, and they're making this hole an oval. It's like what we did last week with the rabbits. I guess he's making it look like the pecking is happening with the star shape. Is the star supposed to represent like the sound? You know, like
I think
mean,
it's,
we make marks that shoot out like that too. Oh, there's little chunks of bark. I didn't even notice that. Look at those little square chunks of bark.
yeah, I think it's the sound and the action.
The movement and the sound. I'll buy that.
Okay.
But the hole itself, it looks like it's carved out. It looks like it's cut with a drill or something. It doesn't look like it's like hacked into.
Well, that beak looks rather sharp.
Yes, it does.
It could be more, there could be more talent than we think.
More design. Ooh, look at I think the yellow beak is gonna work. My yellow is more of a yellow green. His beak is a little bit more orange. There's yellow and orange in there. And then I hadn't even seen the color, but the front of the bird is blue. I didn't even know.
Oh,
Like, should we make it blue?
I already made my blue.
So you saw it blue and you're like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I had the perfect blue.
Yeah, 'cause
oh,
we're-
is that Rohan or is that, who is that? I don't know which is which. Please
Kieran.
help me.
Kieran.
Kieran, that's
Kieran.
really cool.
Wow, I really like those colors. These are really, really nice. Really nice. I like how you have its talons right into the tree.
So I'm combining color pencils with regular pencil, which is not always the best idea. And then now I'm using paint. Now I'm using this acrylic paint, which is acrylic paint is basically plastic. It's like pigment mixed with plastic, and it does dry really quickly. And I think for this video, it's not so bad. I don't have red pencil on my desk, so, but I do have red paint, so I'm just gonna give it a try.
Are we gonna make the tinier or the smaller bird?
Yeah, I think there's probably time for that. Now at this point, if people, if people want to continue, work. I mean, everyone has a bird, so you can put in a background. They put in a fence back here and some trees and a sky and some like oak. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like an acorn and oak leaves. I still have some more shading to do, but we have maybe 8 minutes left.
Mr.
So
Trevor?
I want you guys to make this your piece, and whether you want to just work on the bird exclusively, like you don't even have to do a background, or you can expand on the background. Yeah, this is the point where you don't need to do what I'm doing. You can really make it your own. Like if you want to color it, if you don't want to color it.
Rowan and
Yeah, so what's your question, boys?
Did you
Kieran,
see
go
that?
ahead.
Did you see that falling acorn? The falling.
I
I-
did.
I didn't until you mentioned it. I love that.
And look
thing.
at the acorn right above its head.
Yeah, there's two. Yeah, there's an acorn above. Oh, so that's the other thing about when you think about art, it's like it's silent. It's not music, you can hear it. Art is completely quiet. And you think about dance can be silent, but there's movement. So when you make art, there's no sound and there's no motion. So that doesn't mean you can't create the illusion of that. So this is actually a really amazing piece, because like when you look at this, when you look at this guy, you can almost imagine, the movement. And then if you can imagine the movement, then you can imagine the sound. And to have something that doesn't have sound and doesn't have movement, and to make an art piece that seems like it includes both of those things, that's pretty spectacular. And I did not notice this acorn, but I'm so glad you pointed it out, because if you notice, the acorn is in motion. It's falling, and he even
Oh,
gives us this movement of like a drop and some vibrations. And I'm using pencil, so I've drawn acorns before, so I've seen like the pattern on the shell part, and then the nut part is a little bit smoother, and then it has a stem. So my acorn has a stem, it has the protective outer coating, and then it has the nut part that's smoother. And it's just having this movement into the tree, and the fact that he's hammering into the tree is shaking the whole tree and making these acorns fall down. So there's almost like a cause and effect. So the cause is that he's hammering into the tree, shooting out these little shards of wood, but then also shaking the tree so much that the acorns are falling. And that's pretty cool. It's not an easy thing to do. If you look, when I think about drawing, if there's a woodpecker, and I've seen them in the woods, the pileated woodpeckers in the woods, we have one that lives in my, right in my neighborhood. And, I would never have thought to draw it, with the cause and effect aspect, meaning, making things fall from the tree, to suggest the movement in these branches.
Mr. Trevor,
Yeah.
there's like, the red part on his head? There's like
Yeah.
a red, rectangle kind of behind it.
Yeah. You mean this part?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a rectangle, kind of a curvy rectangle. And then, there's these like shark fin shapes. I don't know, it's like almost the shark fin is kind of like, it's almost like a portion of an oval. Let me show you what I mean here. So if I draw an oval, and then I take a section of the oval out, if I take this section, it starts to look like a shark fin. Sometimes it's easy, that makes it easier for people to understand. Sometimes it makes it harder. But I say it anyway, because that's really what is happening. It's, you take an L-shaped cut out of an oval, and you get a shark fin. And you can see it right in the top of the head here. There's two of them. Man, this was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm liking it a lot more than I thought. There's a highlight on the belly, and instead of using blue, I think I'm going to use I went pretty dark with the wings and the feathers on the back of his body. So I'm going to just go a little bit of a gray, a softer front. So the front is softer, and it almost suggests that it's white because of the highlight. Yeah. Yeah, when we were drawing the Mona Lisa in the class before us, there's the upper eyelid and the lower eyelid. And the lower eyelid is like a lot calmer. You know, the upper eyelid, and when you look at people, it's really significant. It's got thicker eyelashes, and then there's, when it's open, there's a fold, and it's right near the eyebrows. And you know, so most people notice the upper eyelid, and then the lower eyelid's like not very noticeable.
Go eat.
In this
Pour
one,
some water.
the lower eyelid is so noticeable. And you'd be interested, I mean, if I put in this upper eyelid here, give him some eyelashes, you know, it doesn't not work, you know. It's, let me do some eyelashes. I don't know. Sometimes it makes them look a little bit more, you know, the eyebrow would be up here, and then you did the upper eyelid. I might have made those eyelashes a little too big. But yeah, it's, I'm having fun, and you gotta be able to be inspired, you know, use nature, use other people's art for ideas, and then, you know, in the end, you're making your own picture, so you get to have that. Oh, I like how this branch comes out. It kind of frames the bottom of the picture. I might steal that idea. Here's my branch. We only have a couple minutes left, but I'll do it for the video. Nice, you did the little guy. So
Oh,
again,
hold that up again.
I talk about this every week, but
Hold that nice and still.
if you want to put your drawing inside of a frame,
Nice.
I think it makes it a little bit easier, so you know where you can stop.
Trevor, are we going to go ahead and have a show?
Yeah, I think we should. I'm dying to see what I didn't quite finish, but that's okay. I can't wait to see what you guys did. Let me stop the share. Okay. Toby, can we see yours? I think you're next to me up in this lead.
I'm almost done.
All right. Angela, you want to go?
I'm
So-
just coloring it. I'm almost done.
Okay. Take your time. Stacy, did you get to sketch it?
Well, this is what I did. I really got into, or started getting into, the ladybugs.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so
And-
you focus on the ladybugs.
And really,
I like
having
that.
fun with
color,
that.
too. Yeah, your pen work is really beautiful. And I think the ladybugs, because their shells can be so dark and the spots are so dark, the pen and ink is really helpful.
I'm done.
Let's see, Zoe can we do Zoe with an IE?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm also
is that Toby?
Zoe, can we see yours?
You.
Zoe
Wait,
with
me?
Oh, you did the whole tree. You got it.
Zoe, I have you pinned if you want to show it.
Very nice, Toby.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
Yeah. Hold that nice and still, Zoe.
Thank you, Zoe.
Very good. Thank
The
you.
whole, that hole looks really good. And if I think if you like bring the shading from the neck into the back of the head, that'll help, I think, a lot. Okay, Toby, you want to go now? I can't remember what order we went in.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
wow,
yeah.
nice one. You did do the body blue. The body blue works really nicely.
Yeah.
I love. Yeah,
Anjali, did you have a
you didn't even need my
question?
help for the. You didn't even need my help for the lower one.
Go ahead, Anjali.
Good job. All right, Anjali, you're up. Wait.
Wow. Very nice.
I like that big tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that does look like a little baby pileated woodpecker. Okay, cool. So anybody else want to go? Want to go, William? Want to try? Dude, that thing is awesome. I love those chips. He is sending it. And your acorns are great. The tree is great. Yeah, if you have a really faint blue, you could maybe fill in the belly a little bit, but I don't know. It looks really nice with a white belly. That looks great. Do you got anybody else draw on there? Does your sister sketch anything? What'd you got? Yeah, dude. That the hole is like incredible. That looks like you can just go inside of that thing. Nice dimension on there. Great work. Kieran, you guys want to go?
We didn't finish yet. We're almost done.
All right. Eden, you want to show it? That's no, you're not Eden. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I am not quite done yet.
Then Liam, you want to go?
It's really bad, kind of.
It's all good. Look at your puppy. I love your puppy.
Wow, kind of looks like Phineas and Ferb a little bit.
Let's see that, William.
That beak is monstrous. I love it.
Yeah,
See
I
that?
like where you have the hole in the tree.
So what I would do is I would make the branch come out of the tree. So his talons are like on a branch, and then his nose is in like the trunk of the tree. That's how I'd fix that. But honestly, that drawing is awesome. I wouldn't hate on it too much. Okay, we got to go though. Who wants to do this next? And then we got to roll. All right, let's go see it. The person who is not Eden.
Hold on. And I haven't drawn the talons yet. Well, I did, but I didn't color them in. But I am ready. And
I'm on the edge of my seat.
done.
Ta-da.
I didn't quite finish everything yet, but
Those look like good markers too. Yeah, the striped beak is really good. Yeah, awesome. Oh, I like the angle of the tree too. You got it all. You got it all. Yeah, keep coloring. It's like almost done. You don't have to rush through this. All right, Rohan and Kieran, you're up, and then we gotta go.
Rohan's gonna go first.
Yes, look at that fence. That fence and that pathway. Oh wow. Cool. You're gonna work the dog into it. The leaves are great. Yeah, you got everything. Yeah, so just choose a rectangle. Now get a ruler and put it in a rectangle. You know, you don't have to decide now. But knowing where your rectangle ends, you'll know how much background you need to put in. It's not like yeah. It's not like a t-shirt. The t-shirt is the frame. Here you have to like establish your own frame.
Okay, I'm gonna go out.
All right, Kieran, you ready? You want to show me next week?
Yeah.
Down.
All right. Show me next week. We'll do a review in the beginning of class. I don't think I missed anybody. Lillian,
I
great
don't think
work.
so.
Angeli, great work. I mean, today was really fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And I tell you, having movement and sound incorporated into a picture is something that artists have been playing with for centuries and centuries. So it's a good game. All right, I gotta roll. I got another class. See you guys.
Trevor, thank you so much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome.
Thank
Everybody
you
have
so
a great
much.
week.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so